Welcome back to the garage. Today I'm going to take off some tins. Gold today, super easy. Front fender, gas tank, rear fender. So I can get these over to Dan so he can start to design the paint. My goal, besides getting these things out without destroying them, is to kind of keep everything together. And I want to get fresh new hardware so everything looks nice and clean, giving this thing a whole new lease on life. So it has to look the part too, I suppose. Man, this stuff is crusty. Like the inside of this bolt is rusty. These spacers for the fender, some new ones would be cool. I don't know if that's in the budget, but man, I probably should have soaked this stuff in Croil before I got in here and started working on it. It's really quiet in here in my garage when I'm in here by myself. Yeah, I'm looking at these forks right now too, and I see all this oil building up right there. Pretty sure I'm gonna have to either rebuild these or replace them. I really like the shape of these legs, so maybe I'll do what I can to preserve these. Just rebuild them. So far, none of these bolts want to come out. I might have to spin them out. Well, of course, I said that. Now they'll probably all come out fairly easily. Keep all this stuff together. Spacer and a nut and a washer. Shortly after all this cosmetic stuff, I'm really excited to get into the motor and see what condition everything is in there. So I can see if I need to, how deep I'm gonna have to go in there to make it to Sturgis or make it to Texas for the Lone Star Rally. Yeah, I think it'd be cool to make some fresh new spacers if possible. All right, one crusty fender to go into the pile of parts. There's a lot of spiders in here. You guys alive? Spider webs. Dude, check that out. A bunch of little spiders in there. Let me burn this really quick. Here we go. Spider spray. All right, that should be good. All right, let's get that rear fender off. That one's gonna take a little bit, I bet. Maybe I'll run it with no fender. What do you think? It's kind of cool looking. Looks a little meaner like that. And also, I forgot to mention, I upgraded the parts pile to a parts shelf. So I got some real estate on the shelf now. All right, on the back side for this one, I think on this one, have to remove the blinkers, go all the way through the fender, and I have a nut that's like right here over the tire, like over the wheel. Let me move this oil pan. So I have these long bolts that we're holding on the sissy bar. This one doesn't feel like it wants to come out. Maybe it'll come out with a little persuading, I'm sure. But, all right, so there's one bolt right here, right behind this frame bar, holding up this rear fender. And then I've got the two, is it just the two? Yeah, it looks like 2 bolts that are holding on these rear blinkers going through the fender and nothing else. So let me get, what is it? This something right here? Nope. All right, just a couple bolts holding this thing on. Let's get those things off. Right. I'm pretty sure these chunky blinkers are going to get deleted anyways, but I still don't want to destroy them. Let's see. I think I'm going to go with something a lot more streamlined, a lot smaller, a little more compact, a lot more compact. These things are pretty chunky. These things, crazy, man. All right. So close. One more. Of course, it's like tucked way up under here. Oops, wrong way. This probably would have been so much easier to put on a lift and, you know, get that rear wheel off. Got that rear bolt off. Let's see what's holding in my fender now. Is there anything holding it in? No, just that long bolt right there. Forgot about that thing. All right. Anything else? Nice. This wiring out of here too. Dang, this thing seems kind of messed up. That wiring's messed up. Man, that thing's all thrashed. I'm just gonna cut it. Let's see. Yeah, super janky wiring job here. It's blinkers. Oh, didn't even have to cut anything. I had a, well, maybe. What is that? Alright, so this was spliced here, so I'll cut it here. Alright, do some more spider remediation. Looks like there were some brown recluses in here at some point. Like freaking gnarly shells in there. Let me burn those things off with my spider incinerator. Alright, there's my rear fender off into the pile. See if there's any gas in here. Ugh, something's in there. That smells. I don't know if I'm going to keep any of that stuff. If anybody wants this stuff, let me know. We can work something out. Okay. Just gonna take off this super nice piece here. Not sure what's gonna get done to this, but it's too nice just to let it go to waste, I think. Dude, so this bike has like a crazy history. I don't know who the guy was that owned this before. I bought it from a dealership up in Nashville, and they must have bought it from this guy's estate. But when I got this thing, it came with the guy's death certificate. I won't give his name or anything, but at first glance I was like, man, is this guy a junkie or what's going on? He died with methamphetamine in his system, and then it talked, like I started reading some articles. I looked up his name online, and turned out this guy actually ended up drowning with meth in his system. So I don't know if he was out like on a boat ride with his old lady or what was going on, but he was on meth. Was the moral of the story, I believe. Don't do meth. It's bad for you. And if you're doing it, stop. It's bad for you. And if you're thinking about doing it, stop. It's bad for you. But anyways, really sad story for him. But thanks for letting me play with your bike, dude. Although, I'm not really sure how you were able to ride it. Unless you were using this for parts. Because I think the dealership got a couple bikes from, we'll call his estate. Let me switch this. This guy can have shallow socket. This I can have the deep. Let me get something to drain this fuel into. Alright, let me pop this loose and go on the other side and drain it in here. There we go. Nasty, nasty fuel. Yeah, this stuff's straight black. Check this out. Check out this fuel. So gross. And like I said, man, I like this piece of trim on the tank, this little dash. What are your guys' thoughts on it? Because I think it looks super, super cool, and I want to keep it on the bike. It's got a fuel gauge on it. I mean, we can put something else there, I'm sure. Put anything else there. But it's cool that it has that. Onto the pile with you. Oh man, it's gonna need a new little rubber shroud for around the tank, or around the, yeah man, that looks cool. Who wouldn't want to see that on their bike? I wonder if this might go quicker if I just close the petcock, flip it upside down. Let's see. Oh, there's a crossover. I gotta take that off. Look at that gas. Gross. Gross. Can you guys see it without me? So gross. Oh, great. Now I'm getting this stuff everywhere. It's gonna make my garage stink. Worse. I don't know how many of you guys work in your garages alone at night, but if you do, how many of you guys talk to yourselves? Like, I find myself asking myself weird questions. Never anything too weird, or at least not to me. But who's judging? Well, I'm the only one here. Right. Oh, there we go. Man, my hands smell so bad. Try to keep this guy tipped up a little bit. Oh, shoot. There we go. This gas smells so bad. What are you leaking out of? What the heck? Dang, maybe that was the best way to do it. This cheap paint is already trying to come off. I'm just gonna keep doing it like this. Let's leave it here. All right. Petcock's off. And this guy can go in the shelf, not pile anymore. But there we go. Got all the tins off. All right, now I got a naked FXR, and I am getting more and more excited and nervous at the same time about this build, because this is making me feel like I need to start doing things, start getting to the meat of this build. And from where I'm sitting, it doesn't really seem like that much. I know it takes time, but it doesn't seem like a whole lot. So one thing at a time. Tins, that was on my mind tonight. Got that off. Don't knock me too hard. If you have suggestions for something, let me know. More than happy to hear it. Anything to help the channel grow, help me grow as a person, and help my skills get fine-tuned, refined. I'm going to push this back a little bit so you can see how this looks naked. There's gas on the floor. Don't light a fire under there. All right, there we go. Check it out. It's a little bit more naked than it was when I started. I got blinkers dangling back there. My hands are dirty. All the tins are off. Now it's time to get those things over to Dan so he can figure out what we're going to do with this thing. All loaded up, driving up to meet the man to pass off all the tins so he can get it painted. I'm really looking forward to seeing how the paint turns out when it's all said and done. I've got a lot more work to do on the frame and the motor, making sure that the motor and transmission are all good to go back in the garage. So huge step here, driving there now. Driving to an undisclosed location, very central to Cleveland, Ohio. Then the box should fit by itself. That's legitimate bird poop. I think that's what Dan said. Don't taste the bird poop.
Oh yeah, that's what he said. Oh, look at that tank.
Quality.
That's a chubby.
Yeah, it's crazy. thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you soon. And yeah, thank you for your continued support. I really do appreciate it. Bye.